mobile broadband evolution, we are looking at that by 2020 there will be 1 gigabyte per user per day of personalized data. And how will that come about? We have 6 pillars which are going behind this. The first pillar is that we want to drive more spectral efficiency out of the available spectrum. The second is that we want to make latency as the thing of the past. Third, we believe that cloudification of telco networks is going to happen. Fourth, with the complexity of technologies, the networks will have to be self-organizing. Fifth, the experience will have to be completely personalized as we go forward. And sixth, the energy consumption could be kept flat. With the change of ownership of Nokia Siemens networks, some things remain the same and some things do change. As the first stop, we have a new name, which is now called the Nokia Solutions and Networks, which is going to be known as NSN in the trade terms. What does not change is that our strategy, which we announced at the end of 2011, which had 3 pillars: focus, innovation and quality, that does not change. What also does not change is that we had said that we want to be the mobile broadband specialist of the world. That does not change either. And what does change is, of course, with the change of ownership with 100% Nokia company, the board of directors will now have the nominees of Siemens who will exit and the new nominees will come on board. What will not change is the governance structure of NSN. Our CEO Rajiv Suri stays there. The executive board member do not change, and we do not change the strategy which we are pursuing. So those are some of the things which change and some do not. What we will continue to absolutely focus upon is execution of the strategy, which we have been doing relentlessly and very successfully for the last 7 or 8 quarters. What we have seen is that in the last 4 quarters we have made operating profit. For the last 7 quarters we have free cash flow positive company, and in the last, we are today about 85 LTE deals around the world. We are doing modernization of the 3G networks. So all of that momentum will not change. In fact, it will build upon as we go. What also will not change is that the investment and the focus on the R&D in the areas we have chosen to stay in the mobile broadband, that will continue with the same or increased amount of intensity as we go forward. The key focus area for the operators in India are actually 4 or 5 focus areas, and they are all very, very important. In no particular order of priority, number 1, OPEX reduction. With the pressure on the pricing, OPEX reduction is on top of the agenda of our operator customers. And in this area, we are working very closely together with the operators to bring them the solutions which are low on footprint, nearly zero footprint, which consume very low amount of power. As an example, our multi-radio base stations, which are being deployed by many of our operator customers. The second area which comes up is monetization of data. This, to my mind, is one of the biggest opportunities which the operators have to push their revenues up. We work together with our operator customers to give them or to share with them the experiences around the world to monetize data. The third area which the operators are looking at is with the technology changes which are happening in our industry at a very rapid pace. As an example, we moved from 2G to 3G, and now we are all preparing to move towards the LTE. So modernizing the networks so that when the networks need to move to 4G, the existing infrastructure can be upgraded by either software or by minor changes in the hardware instead of a forklift is a very important step which the operators need to take now, and many of them are preparing to do that. The fourth area, of course, is with the spectrum being what it is, which is narrow, and the price of the spectrum being very high, the operators need to be able to harness the maximum capacity out of the spectrum. This is one of the other areas amongst the top 4, which in my mind are amongst the operators list of things to do. And what we do at Nokia Solutions and Networks, I have to get used to that name. What we do at Nokia Solutions and Networks is provide the operators with state-of-the-art solutions which they can then use to harness maximum capacity out of the available spectrum. For example, solutions like DFCA, solutions like OSC, which can give anywhere between 20 to 50% additional capacity from the same spectrum depending on conditions. So to summarize, OPEX, monetization of data, modernization of networks, spectrum. So these are the 4 things, And this is not all, there are many others, but these are the top four which come to my mind at this stage.